Hello everyone, and welcome to the Writer's Canvas, where we break down tips and tricks to help make your writing immersive and engaging. Today, we're diving into one of the trickiest, juiciest parts of storytelling, dialogue. You know that magical moment when your characters finally open their mouths and start speaking, and it sounds like two mannequins reading a legal document out loud? Yeah, it's not great, but we are going to fix that. We're talking about how to write conversations that sound natural, feel real, and absolutely spark with character. Let's do it. There's nothing quite like dialogue that makes a story come alive. It's character voice, it's chemistry, it's tension and release. It's music. Great dialogue doesn't just tell us who the characters are, it lets them breathe. But when it's off, when it's stiff, clunky, or trying way too hard, it's like a record scratch in the middle of your favorite song. Readers feel it immediately, even if they can't quite name what's wrong. The goal then isn't to replicate real-life conversation word for word, but to capture the essence, the energy, the intention, the vibe. Trust me, no one wants pages of, and like, and yeah, no, totally. A common trap writers fall into is making characters talk like they're performing at a TED Talk. I'm very upset by your actions, and I think we should discuss them with civility and reason. Nobody talks like that unless they're a robot, a villain in a Shakespeare reboot, or your mom mid-lecture, or maybe if you've been to a lot of therapy. People use contradictions, they drop words, they get messy, they say, "What the hell, man?" Not, "I'm extremely confused by your behavior." Unless your character is the kind of person who actually would talk like that, and sometimes that's exactly what makes them fun, you want the flow to feel lived in. Another buzzkill? Info dumping in disguise. You've seen it, two characters rehashing something they both know just so the reader can be brought up to speed. Take Maria, for example. If she were to say, "As you remember, we've been best friends since 3rd grade when we got stuck in that tree." Maria knows, the other character knows. We know the author is nudging us in the ribs saying, "Hey, did you catch that?" But there's a better way. Let that info slip out like memories surfacing during a real moment. "You still suck at climbing trees, by the way." "Oh my god, are you still on about this?" Boom, backstory delivered with flavor and emotion instead of exposition on stilts. The best dialogue has rhythm, like a song or a heartbeat. It's not just what the character says, but how they say it. Sentence length and punctuation are your drum kit. Short lines are fast, sharp, urgent, perfect for panic, anger, or flirting with high stakes. Long-winded sentences can slow a pace down, build tension, or show a character who overthinks. Want the dialogue to feel like it's really happening? Read it out loud. Perform it like a little play. If your tongue trips or your brain cringes, that's a red flag waving like it's in a windstorm. And don't forget, the good stuff lives between the lines. Real people don't always say what they mean. Sometimes they deflect, dodge, joke, lie. That's where subtext slides in and gives your scene bite. "I'm fine" can mean 100 different things depending on the tone, the body language, the silence that follows. If your character says, "I'm fine" while slamming a drawer shut, we know they're not fine. Let the words carry weight, but also let them lie. Readers love reading between the lines. Give them something to chew on. Voice is everything. No two characters should sound the same, unless you're making a point with that. Think about where they come from, how they think, what they've been through. A kid raised on pirate stories and adventure books isn't going to speak like someone who's spent their life in a lab. Even their insults will be different. A sarcastic friend might say, "Wow, great plan, genius," while a formal one might go, "That decision was ill-advised." Both tell us who these people are before we even get to their actions. Cut the small talk unless it's secretly doing double duty. In real life, people waste time on pleasantries. Readers aren't here for the coffee shop filler unless there's tension shimmering under the foam. Layer your lines. Instead of axing every bit of small talk, ask yourself, can you turn this into a power play? Can that "how are you" carry loaded subtext? Can the mundane reveal anxiety, hostility, affection? Small talk becomes sharp when it's saying something underneath. If it's just filler, sure, cut it. But if it can be weaponized or emotionalized, you might just make it sing. If someone says, "Hey," and the response is, "You're late," now we've got juice. Give each line a reason to exist. Ask yourself, what is this line doing? Is it building tension, revealing something, pushing the plot forward? No? Then slice it. Dialogue is the most ruthless editor in the room. One of the best tricks in your writer's toolbox is interruptions. People don't speak in turns like they're reading lines off a page. They interrupt, overlap, change subjects mid-sentence. That chaos, that's realism. If someone yells, "I swear if you," and the other person cuts in with, "You're the one who started this," the moment crackles with energy. Dialogue like that has punch. It feels alive. And hey, don't forget about silence. Not saying something is sometimes the loudest thing in a scene. A pause, a look, a word left hanging. That space gives your reader room to feel the weight of the moment. A character opening their mouth and then closing it, that's a whole paragraph of emotion. So if you're wondering how to write dialogue that feels like people, real people, messy and flawed and specific, it all comes down to intention and rhythm. Know what your characters want in the moment. Know what they'd try or fail to get. Let them fight. Let them flirt. Let them fumble. Let them interrupt, lie, joke, trail off, talk too much, or not say enough. And when in doubt, speak it. Feel it with your mouth. Dialogue is meant to be heard, even when it's read in silence. Revise with surgical precision and the chaos of a jazz musician. Dialogue gets better in the edits. Strip away what doesn't matter, sharpen what does, add rhythm, punch, humor. Natural sounding dialogue is built with intention and instinct. It's a skill, not a talent. It takes practice, play, and a lot of messy drafts. So don't be worried if you don't get it first go. Write some bad dialogue, then fix it. Write awkward scenes, then shape them. Listen to people, listen to your characters, and most importantly, let them talk like they want something. That's a wrap on this episode of The Writer's Canvas. If you had fun or learned something new, don't forget to tap that like button, share it with your fellow wordsmiths, and hit subscribe to keep the inspiration rolling. Got a topic you're dying to see covered? Drop it in the comments below. I'm always up for a good writing challenge. Want to keep the conversation going and hang out with me and some other amazing writers? Come join the community Discord. Or if you want to support the channel and grab some exclusive writing content, check out my Ko-fi. All the links are in the description below. Until next time, keep creating, keep dreaming, and keep telling stories only you can tell. Happy writing!